Cadre. We're back. We're doing another bad blade review. If you watched the last one, you already know what the blade is going to be for this one. And that is what comes wrapped like this still, an Astra Superior Platinum. So what I'll say is that this video, there will not be a lot of talk about the blade itself and the company, because it's pretty much all the same. So if that's what you're mainly interested in, is the background and the history of where this blade came from, who's making it, stuff along those lines, it'll probably be briefly discussed as we jump into the shave, but won't be going into as much detail as I did in the last video. So if you stumble across this, this is your PSA to go back, watch the Astra SS first, and then you can watch the Astra SP video, which we're getting ready to do. I've got it all loaded up right now into my timeless razor. I finished up the Cvargo blue. I've switched over to this Leah. This is an awesome cream that actually, in my opinion, is a little bit better than the Cvargo. Very good. Good cream. A lot of the creams that come in these tubes, you can get pretty darn good shaves from them. So it's just a matter of working with the lather a little bit. So they're good shaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you guys, build the lather, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into this. Before we get started, while I was lathering, I was thinking about something that I just want to quickly discuss. I remember years ago when I first started shaving this way, like 5 years ago, a lot of people said that don't use the creams, they're inferior, you get drier lathers, even though they're easier to lather, you don't get as good of a lather and protection. What I'll say is that in the beginning I kind of agreed with that, but I've learned over the years that when using a cream like this, the key is the lather is different. You have to lather it differently. With the soap, I tend to start with the dryer brush and slowly add water and bring it up that way. With the cream, I've recognized that this stuff is concentrated. There's a lot of it in a little bit of cream. Now, I use a lot of cream. You know, some people use just like a thumb size amount, just bloop, you know, I plop it in there. And the reason for that is because I want to overhydrate it. I introduce a lot of water in the beginning, bring the lather up, and go that way. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I know there's so many videos out there and wet shaving is discussed so often in our realm. But if you would be interested in understanding how I lather a cream differently than a soap, put it in the comments somewhere on the Shaving Cadre or YouTube or something like that, and I'll see about making a video that's specific to lathering a cream. Anyways, let's jump into this. So this is the Astra SP, as it's referred to. This is considered by many the blade. A lot of people settle on this blade. It is obviously Russian. It is made by Gillette. This was, I will be honest, this was my blade. And it's being used pretty late in this series, and that was actually on purpose. The random number that I use actually brought it up a couple times before this. And the reason why I didn't use it is because I felt like I want to use a bunch of other blades first, so I have, you know, some true comparisons to identify this is my favorite blade, and I don't want to come with preconceived notions. Now the SS, it ended up with a good rating. And a lot of that had to do with the shave yesterday. In a more aggressive razor, you could start to tell that the blade couldn't handle. What I'll also say is that comparing this shave to the last shave on video, this one's more comfortable. A lot of people, when you read the websites and stuff like that, a lot of people are like, no, SS is better, no, SP is better. And I don't think either of them are necessarily wrong. It's going to come down to what your opinion is. I think what we can all agree on is that the Astra blades are good blades. That's a fact. They're good blades no matter what. this is a good performing blade for me. Still, and that makes me happy. Because I still got about 150 blades down in the drawer. Maybe like 130. Also, before I started this series and I didn't have anything to refer to, this was the blade I always recommended to people. It's a great blade. It performs well, it does a good job. So, I'm going to pause you guys, we'll be right back. Alright, so the first pass was done, that was excellent. We're going to do the second pass now. I will be honest though, I will say that compared to the SS, we're better, but compared to other blades in the 100-pack rating, this blade is not as sharp as some of those. And the 100-pack rating blades so far, what they're proving for me is that it's a good combination of sharpness and smoothness, and it provides me a really good shave. Now, some of the good blades, you know, that are in that category, they could be super sharp, not as smooth, or they're nice and smooth, but they're not as sharp. I'm hoping this doesn't end up in that category, but it could. And that wouldn't be a bad thing. It's still acknowledging it's a good blade, but it doesn't, you know, it's not combining those two that I want to make the perfect blade. Now, it could still get the rating of 100 pack. It would just be possibly lower in that category. I don't think it's going to beat out 1 through 3 right now. I just don't. This cream is slick, and I got some on the handle, and razor was slipping a little bit. This cream is super slick. That's what I love about LDA. You know, it's kind of like, I'll be honest, and this is a preconceived notion of mine, and this is an opinion that I have. There's no way I can prove it, but I've always kind of felt in the back of my mind, people that say, oh, the feather blades are the best blades, and I'm like, you must not care about the smooth feeling then. You just want super sharp. I want a combination of both. And this blade is still sharp, don't get me wrong. It's still plenty smooth. Very good blade. I mean, can't complain about the shave at all. Sorry for the jerkiness right there. I had another sneeze coming. Usually my allergies hit in the fall. I'm getting bombarded this spring for some reason. Spring/early summer, I should say. Excellent, excellent first pass. I got a lot of lather left. Excellent second pass, I should say. There's not a lot of cleanup. I'm going to touch up the lower necks. A little bit of buffing. I'm getting my mid-year review today at work. So that means I should probably use some lilac vegetal, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not using that. I can't use that after shaving. Summer months, warm months. Great stuff, guys. Okay, that's the shave. I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to clean up a little bit. We'll be back for post-shave and final thoughts. Oh, note to self, don't push the stop button. So I don't know exactly what was caught, but what just happened was I said, what aftershave are we going to use today? And while I was sitting there and I was thinking, I had a preconceived notion. I opened up this fancy drawer here so you guys can see all my lovely aftershaves, and I pulled out Aqua Velva Ice Blue. good juice. What I like about creams too is that you get to use kind of anything. You know, a lot of my other soaps, I got matching aftershaves and stuff like that, and sometimes it's good just to go back and use some of these classics. I love AB. And what's nice is that a lot of them pair with anything, and what I've been using for an EDT before I head out, I've been using Davidoff's Cool Water. So I'll probably do a couple spritzes of that too. But anyways, that's the shave. I hope you guys enjoyed that. The Astra SP, excellent blade. I'll be follow along tomorrow to figure out what its final rating is. I'll be honest with you, it's going to be like the SS. Is it going to bump up in there and be in that 100-pack category, or is it going to end up in the good category? We're kind of right there in that, in between area where we're at. It's not better than my current 1 through 3 blades based off of the first shave. Technically, the second shave could bump it up there if it performs really well, but we'll see. Good blade. I would still recommend it, even if it ends up with a good rating. An excellent blade also for beginners because it has a good balance of sharp and smoothness, so that way you can maneuver around your face, and if you make some mistakes in terms of angling and stuff like that, it's not too sharp to where that it's going to cut you too badly. It still can, and it's also it's smooth enough to where that you're not going to, if you get in a bad angle, that it's going to catch, and start tugging and stuff along those lines. So it's a really good blade in those regards, so I'd still recommend it. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit us up at www.theshavingcadre.com to follow up and see what the final rating is, and then I'll be back next week where we will at least have one additional bad blade review video, hoping for 2. Stay tuned. Aside from that, I'll see you guys on the pages. Have a good day, Cadre.